What is up, everybody? This is a Growing Up Italian podcast, and today we have special guest Gianvito Finelli. Ciao Gianvito, come stai?
Ciao Sabino, I'm fine, thank you. Sto molto bene, grazie.
Thank you for your time. So Gianvito is an expert on Puglia. So for anyone that is interested in going to Puglia this summer, he's going to give you the top 5 most important things to do there this summer.
Yeah, it's very hard to find only 5 things to do, but I will try to, to give you a glimpse of Puglia because it's a very, long region. Is the heel of Italy. So from the top side to the bottom side, there are very different environments, traditions, food. And so if you have a few days, they're not enough, definitely. But I will try to give you, some hints to discover it.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. So what's the first thing to do when you're there?
The first thing, when I come back home, I lived in Milan. I've lived in Milan for 10 years. And the first thing that I did when I came back to Puglia, to Conversano, which is my hometown now, I live here in Conversano because of the pandemic. I moved here, I'm working from home. But the first thing is the ice cream, the gelato from Franco of the Caffè dell'Incontro, which translates basically meeting caffè.
Yeah, there's a restaurant in New York called Trattoria L'Incontro too, in Astoria.
Yeah, I think it's a very used name here in Italy.
Yeah,
and this bar was created 40 years ago, so it has a long history. Franco has been working as a gelato maker since he was 13, so now he's more than 70 years old, so he's very good.
Super experienced.
And you should try hazelnut, the Bacio, nocciola, the Bacio, which is gianduia, gianduia, the chocolate from Piemonte, and the panna. How to translate panna? I don't remember.
Cream.
Okay. Double. Not one, but double, of course.
Doppio crema. Doppio panna.
And then also, I wrote an article on Italy Segreta, which is this famous magazine that is followed by many Americans, people from, abroad. Mm-hmm. And I'm really happy because they are giving a new perspective of Italy. They are, giving more light to really the secrets of Italy. So Franco is, a master, but he was not very famous outside, Conversano. So I was really, happy to have this space because he prepares this ice cream, which is called spumone. It's very hard to describe it for me. So I would just, give you the link. Maybe you, Sabino, can add this link to the description.
What we'll do for everybody listening is we'll put all the links to the places you're talking about in the description here, along with all of Gianvito's stuff, which we'll get to in a little bit. And you can literally check out everything there. So everybody's on the same page.
And this ice cream cannot be eaten in the street because, you need a plate. And it's a tradition from Conversano. Actually, it is a tradition from Southern Italy, but in Conversano, we have a special recipe. And this gelato was also sent, when we have weddings, it was sent like a gift from the couple that was getting married. So it's very part of our tradition.
Of the culture there.
Yeah, definitely.
Of the Puglia culture.
Yeah. Then the second thing is we go north. In the north of Puglia, we go to the Gargano. Mm-hmm. Gargano is a really nice area of Puglia because you have mountains and sea and forest. So you go up to the hills and you see the sea, but also you have the forest with, very big trees. And it's very, it's an amazing, Puglia is flat, is a flat region. It's the only region without high mountains in Italy. Mm-hmm. So this place is the only one that has higher hills.
Mhm.
But in Peschici, which is a very nice town by the sea, there is this restaurant from a friend of mine, Domenico, which is called Al Trabucco, because it is based on a trabucco. The trabucco is a really old machine that was used by the fishermen to fish. And it's very strange because there's a lot of, many cables. It's a very, ancient tradition in the Adriatico side of Italy, the part that sees the Greece, the Albania, and so on, that part. And so it's, it's amazing because you have a very good dinner or a very good aperitivo while there is the sunshine with this magnificent, sorry for my English, but I'm Italian,
you're good.
Yeah. This beautiful machine, which is the old one that was created by the grandfather of Domenico, which is my friend. So it's a very long tradition there as well. Yeah. And you can eat very, very well there.
Yeah, si
And
mangia bene.
yes, you can eat the best fish also because what I like of them is that they serve you uncommon fishes. So not the most famous one, but because of they are fishermen, they know about the
they know
less famous fish, and so you discover a lot of fish.
I tell you something, when I think of Puglia, you want to know the first thing I think of? Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I'm gonna be honest. I think of an octopus with the head, because like,
the octopus like this. Yeah, I know. That is a tradition in Puglia. When you go to the beach, maybe you see a lot of common men, not fishermen. So it's, it's a tradition for the people, not for the fishermen. They pick, I don't know how to say, they fish this octopus going under the water, and then to make it tender, they have to make this movement, to smash it. And the vegans are not very happy with that. When I wrote the story of the Bari under la Lanz, which is an area in which you can see a lot of these men doing these movements, they were very angry. I wrote it on Manchi, so that could be read as well. Maybe
for everybody listening, Gianvito works for Munchies Italia and Italy Segreta. So he always writes these articles, and of course, what you write is super respected, and they kind of blow up. So that's why, I kind of came across your page. And I was like, this guy would be a perfect guest because we have so many people that want to go to Italy, and especially Puglia. So that's why I had to interview you, and I had to get your top 5 places, top 5 things to do there.
I'm very happy about that. Also, thank you for inviting me because
of course.
I can practice my English also.
Anytime.
And so we can move from the Bari in der Lanz to the Bari Old Town, which is, in my opinion, the Apulian Old Town. When you go...
Is that what you have in the back right there?
No, this is Conversano. This is the castle of Conversano, which is my town, my hometown. The Bari's old town, is the common, typical Apulian old town. So you have a lot of, how to say, the laundry drying, like on the balcony.
The clothes hanging. And people, like, listen, where I come from too, in Campania, it's like that. Istretole, like those little, like inside the town, no cars, like you got to walk to wherever
just scooters. You have people screaming, but the most important thing is that if you go on Sundays before lunch, you can smell the flower of the ragu. Ragu, it's kind of a sauce with meat inside.
Yeah.
In Puglia, we have the ragu with braciole.
Bracio.
Braciole are,
We do that like Sunday sauce every Sunday. Yeah.
yeah,
That's what we
yeah.
call it.
And that is very typical because you have the sounds, you have the architecture, but also you have the smell,
Yeah.
you know.
Did
And
you
so
know some Italian Americans call ragu Sunday sauce gravy?
no, but
You-
I need to. No,
No, you know that, right? Like in Sopranos, they call Sunday sauce gravy.
Sunday sauce. I
So-
never.
So like
I
a
need to
lot of
come.
Italians argue with each other because
Mhm.
some people call it sauce and then like 10%, the little percentage call it gravy. So
Okay.
whenever someone calls it gravy, they're like, you're not a real Italian, blah, 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 you know?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because I feel like
Uh,
Italians in Italy don't even know about that. Because I was with Piero Armenti from El
Yeah,
Migrazzo, New
he's
York.
from Bari, right?
No, he's from Salerno.
He's from Salerno.
He's from Salerno, but I was with him the other day and I'm going to meet him tonight. I was telling him about sauce and gravy and he was like, what? Like he never heard of it. I was like,
Yeah, but also, you know, there's another recipe that is not known in from Italians, which is the fettuccine Alfredo.
yeah, that doesn't exist. No.
It doesn't exist in Italy, but
Chicken Parmigiana too.
also.
Also, we could go all day about this. But
Please
what else?
don't.
What else were the places to go in Puglia?
Okay, let's talk about food, but real Italian food. So another
I
place,
like that transition.
yeah. Another, you Americans have a very, you know, a great tradition about meat.
Huh?
There's a friend of mine that is very, you know, expert in barbecues, sauces, kind of preparations. But also in Puglia, we have one special preparation, way of preparing meat, which is called fornello, that literally translates like little oven.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
forno is a
Yeah,
regular.
it's forno, but little.
Chiquito.
Yeah, it's kind of a pizza oven. So you put actually coal inside, carbonella,
Yeah.
which is kind of a coal.
Yeah,
And
not wood, not leño. It's just these little coals.
no, they put also wood, like olive tree wood.
Okay.
That is, you know, we are full of olive tree and also of an allergy of olive tree. So I know that there's a many here. You know, we have.
You're allergic to olive trees?
Yeah, that is a very big issue for me.
And how do you live in Italy?
No, when I was living in Milan, that was not a problem. The problem is that I came back here in Puglia, and in this moment, actually maybe 2 weeks ago, it was like the peak of the flowers of the olive.
The pollen.
I was dying, like I couldn't breathe. It was a disaster. But I'm here.
Same here, bro. Thank God.
Yeah.
So the fornello, they put the little coal, and then do they actually put the meat in the oven too?
Yeah.
Like smoke.
Yeah. There's two important things to say. One is what you put inside. The most famous, you know, kind of meat is the bombette, which translates little bombs, because they have the form of little bombs, actually, you know.
Yeah.
Like polpette. They are made with capocollo, which is this part of the pork, kind of a ham.
Not gabagool.
Not capocollo, yes. There's no translation. And you put caciocavallo inside, which is a typical, you know, cheese from the southern Italy.
Southern Italy, yeah.
And so then you roll them. You know, you roll the capocollo around the cheese, and then you put them inside the oven. But it's different from the barbecue, because in the barbecue you have the fire below the meat.
Yeah. So
the meat can get burnt in a way, and that is good. But also with the fornello, instead you put, you know, you have the walls of the fornello, the oven. You put the meat on the sides of the fornello, so they get the heat indirectly. So they are very tender, they are very golden. So you experience a different taste of meat.
Slow cooked.
Yeah, it's very slow. In fact, you have to wait from 30 to 40 minutes at least. And the other important thing is that it is very cheap. So you eat a lot of meat, lot. It doesn't end. It seems like the dinner cannot end. And that's
something I would want to go to.
Yeah. And also there's another important meat here in Puglia, which is the zampina, which is a sausage, but with the form of a spiral. And inside the sausage, they put tomato. So it's very red. It's tasty. It's from a place close to Conversano, which is called San Michele.
It's like this. It's like a pinwheel.
It's like a spiral. You know a spiral.
We call those pinwheel sausage.
Okay, yeah. Maybe it's like that.
I have someone partying out here. I don't know if you could hear it. Hold on.
That's great. After 2 years.
This is Brooklyn right here. We're in Brooklyn, you know.
Yeah. I know the bridge.
Yeah, very exactly. Hold on. Let's wait till he passes. Let me pause it 1 second.
Not a problem.
All right. Party's over. We're back. Sorry, Gianvito.
We were partying.
Yeah. So it's unlimited meat, good price. In Italy, the thing about Italy, especially the southern Italy, se mangia bene for a little money, like €5, you could feed yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know about it because when I was living in Milan, that was, one of the issues of living in northern Italy, because it's more expensive than living in the southern Italy. And so I know about it. Here, sometimes, it feels weird to me when I go, buying something to eat, and it's very, cheap, but tasty. And so that's good for me.
Yeah, you're like, is there something wrong with this? Why is it so cheap?
No, I think that in Milan, in big cities, the problem is the rent of the places. So maybe it's not the food; it's the
people that live there make more money too.
So
you could sell things for more. Like in Italy, southern Italy, there's not as many jobs, so people aren't just gonna buy it. You know what I mean? If it's too much, they're not gonna buy it.
Yeah, it's like New York, like California. You know that in California they have very high, wages because they have to afford very expensive houses. So it's the same. It's the same. In fact, I was saying I wrote an article for Vice about my experience as South worker. In Italy we created this word which is South working. In Italy, for remote working, we were using smart working, which is not used actually in the US or in England. And there was this organization that created this concept of self-working. And I interviewed 5 people that moved from the city to islands to very little town in Italy. And I'm one of them. And I saw that also in the US, there was kind of a similar movement with people moving from San Francisco to maybe cheaper towns. Now I know that they are, the organization, the companies are calling them back. I don't know about my future.
Yeah.
But that was interesting to see how things going on in Italy were very similar to the US, which is totally different.
Because we just had this whole thing going on, so people can go live somewhere else for cheaper. Especially a guy like you could work from wherever if you're doing interviews, writing articles. Like sometimes you need the experience, but sometimes you could just do interviews from where you are. And still do it. Another thing I want to tell you, Vice, the headquarters are right by us over here in Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Yeah, I know.
5 minutes for me.
There's I know that there's a very big kitchen in their headquarters where they prepare the recipes for manchis.
Yeah, for like all the cooking stuff they do.
Yeah, and my opinion is a very interesting magazine because at least with manchis, I've had the opportunity to speak to write about very interesting topics about Puglia. Now I'm writing an article about the pallone di gravina, which is a cheese with the shape of a ball, which is made in gravina, and they put it inside caves. You know, the cheese has to be stagionato. I don't know how to say it.
Has to be aged.
Has to be aged, and they put it inside the caves.
How long? 3 months?
From 3 months at least. Otherwise, they cannot, because it's a slow food. It has a certificate, which is slow food, that is very famous here in Italy. Yeah. It's an organization that cares about how you produce the food. So how you don't use any kind of chemicals, but also you respect the rights of the workers, all the stuff that you need to have good quality food. And this cheese is one of them.
It's funny because caciocavallo, I like it better when it's not too stagionato. I like it when it's still like a little soft. But sometimes the more it stays, the harder it gets, and the more yellow.
Yeah, it depends on your taste. I like very aged cheese, but actually I like all of them, like burrata.
All cheeses are good.
yeah. We have a good tradition in Southern Italy. So
what else would you do in Puglia? I think we're up to number 4, right?
I will tell the last one. It's not very easy to me, but I would like to promote Taranto. Taranto is a city famous, unfortunately, for an industry. They produce steel. It has poisoned the city for years, but actually, so most of the people know about Taranto for this problem. But actually, it is a very, very, very beautiful city because it is the city of the 2 seas. It has 2 seas, actually. It is on the Ionio side, so on the bottom side of Italy.
Oh, so you have both the Adriatic and
no, it's the Mare Ionio, which is the 3rd sea. You have Adriatico, Mare Ionio, and Tirreno.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
And it has this Gulf of Taranto. And it's a very beautiful city because it was one of the capitals of the Magna Grecia. When the Greeks came to Italy and built all the temples that you can see in Sicily, you know about the temples in Sicily, Taormina, the Taormina Theater, but also they were in Taranto, so they left they have a very good museum, archaeological museum, for instance, one of the best in Italy. And also they have a very, old town, because it's not full of Airbnbs and souvenirs shops, but it's lived by the real people. So you can feel the real life of Taranto, not a fake one, not a touristic one.
Yeah,
you go there and you experience
that's where people who really live in Bari and Puglia really live there.
Yeah, exactly. And then you can also have good food like fish, because they are by the sea, so they know about food. And also they invented the puccia, which is a kind of a panino, a sandwich made with like pizza, but with the shape of a panino. And they put it inside the uccelletti, which literally translates like little birds. Don't ask me why, because I don't know. That is caciocavallo. Yeah, it's caciocavallo, of course. And then they rolled speck. That is from Trentino. So I don't know why.
That sounds good.
But it's delicious. So
It sounds
That's
good.
enough.
Sounds good to
Yeah,
me.
yeah. And so this is the my fifth suggestions for Puglia.
Before we wrap up, I do gotta ask you something.
Yeah, of course.
As far as like all the Italians in the world, Puglia has the reputation of having the craziest dialect. Chamonix, Chamonix.
Yeah.
Is there anything you could tell me about that? Like, why is the dialect so crazy? Is it because so many like Greeks used to live in Bari?
Yeah, definitely. We have some words that are exactly the same of French, for instance. The tire-bouchon, you know, the tool that you use to open the wine bottles, it's called the same in Puglia and in France, because of course we had French, but also we had Spanish. So it's a very, you know, Puglia is famous because of the people of Puglia are very welcoming. And I think that is because of our history is full of, you know, foreigners coming to Puglia.
Yeah.
Like, you know, San Nicola, which is the saint that protects Bari, is from Russia. So there are many Russians coming to Bari, for instance. So from the very east of the Europe, but also we had influence from Greece, from Spain, from France. So it's a mix. And the fun thing is that the dialects can change in 5 kilometers. So if I go to Polignano Mare, which is just 10 minutes from Conversano, the dialect is completely different. We use different words to say the same thing. That is crazy, in my opinion. Because in the other places of Italy, is not like that. It's more similar the way they speak. Instead, in Puglia, for instance, if you go to Salento, is completely different.
Yeah.
It's another language.
Yeah, I
Also,
guess
they had
where everybody's
Greeks
settled, like, you know, the words get changed up a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
But you still understand
is-
everybody
that
at the end of the day. You find a way to understand people, no?
Yeah, it's not.
Or you not understand? Because like
Depends. It
when
depends.
Bares talk, it is hard. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'm like, what the? Like this is crazy.
Yeah.
you know?
The true Baresi are hardly understandable also by me, because
Like
they are
you
very.
yourself?
Yeah, because they speak very, very, very fast.
Can you give us an
And also-
example?
Okay, there's a famous phrase which is a scioglilingue. You know, scioglilingue. It's a phrase that is hard to say.
A tongue twister.
Yeah,
We
that's
call
correct. Yeah, that is. That means if we have to go, let's go. If we don't have to go, we don't go.
I know that one because
Yeah,
I have Bares friends and they say that every 3 minutes.
yeah.
You know, if you're Bares, you can't go 3 minutes without saying that at least once.
Yeah. That is one of the phrases that if you want to learn the Bari dialect, you should be able to say. Otherwise, you have not learned at all. So of course you have to tell it.
Listen, Gianvito, tell everybody a little bit about what you do now, like on an everyday basis. Let's plug in all your work, you know, and also everybody, Gianvito is going to give me all the links to put in the description, and he's also going to have all his projects. So what you're about to hear, he's an incredible content creator, great writer. This is a guy you definitely want to follow what he's doing. We've actually posted some of your clips on our page. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, the one from Giovinazzo, which is beautiful in my opinion.
Yeah.
I was very lucky because I got that moment.
Yeah.
That was for my, actually I'm a designer. Okay, I'm a content designer. So I worked for a consultancy studio, which is called Tangiti. That is my, 9 to 5 job.
That's what pays your bills.
Yeah.
And makes you eat.
Yeah. I'm lucky because as a designer, I have fun doing my job most of the time. But then I have, this urgency to tell about Puglia. So I started writing for Mancis because I wanted to create the guide of the best panzerotto, which is a food that you definitely have to try in Puglia.
I know panzerotto. They're like croquette. We call them croquettes, no? Like with
No,
there's different ones. There's different ones because then there's with bread.
They're different. It's like calzone. In Campania, it's called calzone, or it's like pizza fritta, fried pizza.
Yeah, because in my town they call panuzzo, right?
Okay, no, panuozzo is like puccia. Is like a pizza with the shape of a panino. That is one difference of the words, because in Campania the panzerotto is like a croquette, but in Puglia the panzerotto is an half moon of pizza. I don't know to
like
say.
Like a calzone.
Like a calzone, but fried with tomato and mozzarella inside, and also
fresh tomato though, or tomato sauce.
Tomato sauce. Okay. And also we do it with meat or with cime di rape. You know the cime di rape? I don't know to.
Yeah, broccoli rabe, no?
Yeah.
But blended.
Yeah,
it's almost like a green sauce.
Depends. It's not blended. It's salted with oil, anchovies, and garlic.
Okay.
And if you want a spicier one, you put peperoncino.
Yeah.
You know the red chili, pepper, the pepper.
I stay away from that stuff.
I don't speak English talking about food very often, so I need to remember.
No, you're good. I'll tell you one thing. I'm getting super hungry right now just talking about all this food.
I'm sorry for that. I know that in New York there's a very good panzerotti makers. I don't remember the name, but I know that they are from Bari, so I will make a research.
I think I heard of them. They're in the city, I think.
I don't know precisely, but I know that they are good. Someone told me.
Let me know when you find out, because I'm curious.
Yeah, they are from Bari, I think. And then I was explaining. So my my hobbies in a way are writing, and then I started this Instagram profile, which is growing fast now, and I'm very happy of that. Which is called Vita Lenta. That means slow life.
Bro, I love it.
Yeah,
I love that page. I love the whole concept and idea, man. It's smart.
And that
it's basically like Vita Lenta, slow life, enjoy your life, and it's like showing these nonni, these people that are just like you had the guy in the pool just chilling, like in the boat just chilling. The guy just like you said, all the clothes hangers. Like that's great content that people just look at and like you just got to walk around and catch the moment. It's not easy, but like like people like me that live in Brooklyn, we don't see stuff like that every day,
Yeah, that was I think I had that idea of Vita Lenta. It was of course that was not planned. Of course, it's not planned. It was I was living in Milan. That is similar to New York. I think is not as fast as New York, but it's it's a big city compared to the one in which I live.
Mm-hmm.
So I was living a very fast life. I was, traveling a lot to go to the office. There's this kind of rhythm in the city. But when I came back to Puglia, I was enjoying I call them the purest moments. Like just enjoying the moments, chilling, like walking in the streets, hearing the sounds, having the sun kiss you, that kind of feeling. And then I had this vision in my mind. I should, I should just record them and show to the social network, because I lived in the city and there were people like me that were in need of that kind of content. And there's a lot of people that write me, I need this page, kind of retreat, but digital. And then, of course, in the social networks, also you have this compulsive behavior. Like you were talking about TikTok before. I don't use TikTok very much because what I found is that I got addicted to that, and that was scaring me. I know that, you know, what happens to me, but I cannot stop it. And so I tried, you know, I called it a quiet place on the internet, because the internet today is very chaotic. It's like a city. So I needed a place to escape. And so if you go on this profile, on the Instagram profile, it suddenly, you know, slow your pace. It's kind of a retreat, in my
I
opinion.
like it, bro. I like it. And honestly, I think anybody that's been to Southern Italy, the little towns like where we grew up, you look at that page, you can't help but think of your nonni and your family and like kind of the summers in Italy and like growing up, like
Yeah.
it gives you that nostalgia, you know? So everybody make sure to follow Vita Lenta, Gianvito Fanelli. What you have another project too, right? That
yeah, yes, I've got a newsletter, but it's Italian only, so I don't know if.
so for anybody that reads Italian that would be interested, what is that one called?
It's called in Italian La Colazione dei Campioni,
Yes,
which
yes,
is Breakfast of the Champions, which is also a famous book by Kurt Vonnegut. And so that is a newsletter regarding contemporaneity, because I'm a designer, so I speak about what happens in the world, especially with the lens of technology. So I speak a lot about the US, of course, because of the many companies that, you know, shape the world in which we live.
Yeah.
And I just want to say something to you. I received a video from New York from Vitalenta. So there's, you know, there's some Vitalenta also in New York, I think.
Really? You guys send me which one that is.
Yeah, I need to find it. That was laundry, you know, drying in the streets. That maybe is not very common in New York. I don't know. But I received one from New York.
In the middle.
Yeah. And it was like, I said, okay.
And it was an Italian lady?
No, I don't know. It was from an American lady, because there are many Americans that follow the page. Yeah. I received also videos from California, which is great for Vitalenta, I think.
You take submissions too?
Yeah, most of the videos are for submissions.
Wow. So if anybody has any videos of Vitalenta, the slow life, enjoying life, nice and easy, make sure to send it in, because you'll get tagged and all that.
Yeah, of course. I have a form, a link that I send to the people. Can tag the page. Then I read all the messages, and when I found something interesting, I just send this link and they can submit it. I
like that. I like that you do that. Gianvito, listen. Before I'm going to stop the call, I'm going to talk to you afterwards for a little bit. But is there anything else you want to tell everybody before we go?
No, but I just want to, you know, if anyone can give me suggestions for New York beside you, because I want to come to New York, please write me so I can. I want to eat the best hamburger in New York.
The best hamburger. Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Because in Milan I tried Five Guys, which is an American brand, I think. That's
a good fast food one. That's a good fast food one.
That was good, but I want to try, you know, the real hamburger in New York. So please send me.
Set that up. We said that.
Yeah. Okay.
Set that up.
And then of course, I wait you in Puglia. You and all, you know, the listeners. If you need suggestions, please write me, and I will try in the DM on Instagram or to my email. You can find it online, and I will try to give you as many suggestions as I can.
Absolutely. You're a real one. You're going to have a lot of emails. I'll tell you that much.
I hope so, because I like a lot to be what we call in Italy a cicerone, you know, a person that, you know, gives you suggestions on how to.
And likes to talk too, likes to have a lot of people to talk to, you know? You're a social butterfly.
Yeah. I like to exchange. you know, stories. So
Bro, that's what life's all about, you know?
yeah, definitely. So please, if you
Everybody,
come to
make sure you check
Puglia,
out Gianvito
write me.
out.